We live in a world where the women we love, our mothers, sisters, and friends, navigate their lives with a level of caution that we, as men, rarely have to consider. They walk to their cars with keys tightly gripped in their hands. They text someone when they've arrived safely. They second guess walking alone at night. They avoid eye contact while passing strangers on the street. They double check to see if the doors are locked. They scan the room before entering the restroom. They share their live location while taking a cab back home at night. The reality is that women are constantly in the state of fight or flight, always prepared to defend themselves against potential threats. Sometimes, as I walk down the street, I notice how strangers subtly glance at the person beside me. Even as a man, these silent, lingering stares make me uncomfortable. I can only imagine how unsettling it must be for women, stared at as objects of admiration rather than as a whole person. The irony is hard to ignore. The very same people who ogle other women's bodies are often the ones who demand that their wives and girlfriends cover up, fearing that someone else on the street will look at them with the same leering eyes. It's a twisted cycle of objectification and control, where the focus is not on respect or dignity, but possession and power. This isn't just an issue among the uneducated. It's prevalent even among the educated. Some men hold double standards, treating the women in their own lives with respect, while viewing others as a mean to attain pleasure. If we continue to harbor such twisted thoughts despite our world-class education, what hope is there for the world? How can we expect progress when knowledge fails to shape our values and actions? I know that we often think that if we aren't the ones causing harm, we aren't part of the problem. But the reality is that being silent and doing nothing about it also makes us the part of the problem. When we fail to speak up, we allow it to continue. When we ignore the discomfort of women around us, we contribute to a world where they feel unsafe, where their fears are validated by our indifference. We all have ideas of manhood that have been passed down, some from our fathers, some absorbed from the world around us. However, not all of these ideas need to be absorbed, because the world around us is a chaotic mix of biases and ideas. The more we feed our minds with the wrong kind of biases, the more we become insensitive to them. So this is a prayer, a reminder to know what it means to be a man. To be a man is to be a human first. A human who grieves and feels the pain of a woman who has been violated, recognizing that her suffering is a collective failure. To be a man is to understand that women don't just want to be safe. They want to live in a world where they don't have to think about being safe. To be a man is to walk a few steps ahead of a woman who's walking quickly, not to intimidate her, but to ease her mind so that she doesn't have to look over her shoulder all the time. To be a man is to listen and honor the stories of women around us, not just with our ears, but with our aching hearts. To be a man is to be more than just who we are to ourselves. It's about who we are to others. It's about understanding that our strength isn't in dominance, but in the respect and care we show to those around us. To be a man is to realize that true manhood doesn't come at the expense of someone else's security. It's about ensuring that our actions contribute to a world where everyone feels safe. To be a man is to be the killjoy of the group. It is to be the one who calls his friends out when they pass derogatory comments about a woman they are unrelated to. To be a man is to be an example of respectful behavior. It is to be a role model for the younger generation, the men and the boys who are always watching and learning from their actions. To be a man is to recognize that our work is never done. It is to realize that our responsibility is not just to protect, but to build a world where protection isn't necessary. So I want you to think about the kind of man you are and the kind of man you want to be. Not the one society tells you to be, but the man you know in your heart that is right. Be the man who respects others, who listens, who learns, and who loves. Be the man who, at the end of the day, can look in the mirror and know that he has done his part to make the world a better place. Be a man who doesn't just care for the woman he's attracted to or related to, but stands up for what's right even when it's difficult. Let's not just be men, let's be good men. This is our duty. This is our responsibility. And maybe this is what it means to be a man, to be good. My voice may not be loud alone, but together we can make a deafening sound. The world continues to move on, but the stories will always remain, reminding us of how far we have come. India has a history of brutal assaults, but maybe if I speak up today, someone else will learn to speak tomorrow. All I have right now is a prayer, but I hope that someday I won't need one. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.